Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy.
They gather in a bullet-riddled hangar in Afghanistan.
And I will dwell in the house of the Lord.
America's Generation X Army farewells the fallen with a video clip and the soundtrack from the movie Gladiator. Two young soldiers, the latest casualties in a war the US administration has declared all but over.
Make us all aware of the brevity of life and the need to live it with a noble purpose. Keep us this hour of our need and enable us to find sufficient strength. Amen.
Sharing that noble purpose is Afghanistan's president, Hamid Karzai. A man with one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. Every morning, as he strides to work across his palace compound, he's surrounded by a flying wedge of American bodyguards, watched over by American snipers. But even here, in the relative safety of the presidential palace, he knows each step could be his last. In the post-Taliban Afghanistan, politics remains a deadly business. In the past 12 months, a vice president and a cabinet minister have both been murdered. And President Karzai himself narrowly escaped assassination.
It's not my nature to see risk. I'm an optimist, maybe too much of an optimist, but I am that kind of a person. And I just do things and work and have a permanent hope that things will go all right. So far, they've gone all right for me. And the work I did for Afghanistan has produced a result for this country. And I will go on regardless of the threats. I'm not aware of them.
Let's go, move out. The most immediate threat comes from a reinvigorated Taliban.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Taliban were behind the Kandahar assassination attempt, and these captured Taliban fighters are part of a new guerrilla campaign against American troops. They're distancing themselves from Al-Qaeda and are now teaming up with renegade Afghan warlords, launching attacks from sanctuaries across the border in neighbouring Pakistan.
I imagine that there is a measure of frustration on the soldiers who are out there who see the rockets fly toward them. They believe that the people who shot them are then going back across the border where in many instances they're beyond their reach. And they would really like, I think, to be able to pick up the telephone and call the Pakistani forces and say, they just crossed at this point, go get them, and have something happen.
They were oppressive, they stopped education.
If they can destabilize or kill Karzai, the very symbol of the new Afghanistan, the Taliban know the country could again slide into anarchy.
These are very, very inhuman, brutal terrorists that are coming from across the border. So we will definitely have to get rid of them, stop them, eliminate them.
The Taliban also know that without security, there can be no meaningful reconstruction. Beyond the palace walls, the capital, Kabul, is rising from the rubble. The reconstruction effort, protected by a 5,000-strong international security force. But the peacekeepers' mandate stops at the city limits, and Afghans outside Kabul have seen precious little security or rebuilding. Stung by criticism that he's little more than the mayor of Kabul, besieged in his fortress, the president decrees that if he can't get to the people shall come to him.
What I like is to go to people, to the markets, to the shops and mingle around. That has become a little difficult, and that I miss.
It's essential for Hamid Karzai's political survival, lobbying tribal groups to support a draft constitution and national elections slated for next year. But such grassroots politics is a security nightmare. Karzai is Washington's anointed nation builder.
Well, you don't come out before the president, you come out behind the president.